The White House is being pressed to ramp up oil production here at home to counter Russia. Despite rising prices at the pump for Americans, the Biden administration says it has other plans.
We need to reduce our dependence on foreign oil, on oil in general, and we need to look at other ways of having energy in our country and others. One of the interesting things, George, we've seen over the last week or so is that a number of European countries are recognizing they need to reduce their own reliance on Russian oil.
Greg, isn't this the reason we are in this situation in the first place, where they can't get themselves off of Russian oil? Because European countries and the United States are fine with, they say, we're not going to drill here, but we'll still get oil from somewhere else.
I have been waiting for this segment for days. This is the irony of letting children like Greta Thunberg take up shelf space in your brain. Think about all the adults that took her opinion over the progress made in fracking or drilling or the necessity of coal in nearly every country. But no. How dare you? Remember that? How dare you? We all sat there. Oh, maybe she'll drop solar panels down into Kiev to save people. It's not going to happen. China and Russia must have been laughing at us when we were allowed to be lectured on world affairs by a 14-year-old. Oil is a world affair. Energy is a world affair. Fuel is a world affair. We got to wake up to that. We also got to get back into the nuclear world. The anti-nuke ideology put us in a hole for many decades. It's probably the greenest fuel that we will ever see. The sooner we get back to nuclear, the sooner we were almost energy independent, remember?
Yeah.
The good old days?
Yes. Yeah, there's no question.
So, Jesse, today the White House was asked again why sanctions have not been placed on the energy sector in Russia. Let's listen and I'll get your take.
We have not taken some steps on energy sanctions, in part because we weigh that. That doesn't mean they're off the table. They remain on the table. Sanctioning energy would affect Russia's income stream. Certainly that would be a reason to do it, but it would also have extreme consequences on the world energy markets.
So, Jesse, in October 2021, right before the climate change conference of the parties, Joe Biden stood up and said Russia needed to pump more oil. Less than a year ago. 6 months ago.
So Jen's saying that she doesn't want to slap sanctions on the Russian energy sector because it might increase the price here at the pump for Americans. It's already $3.60 a gallon, Jen. How much more can we take?
Yeah, drop the gas taxes.
Drop the gas taxes. Do Keystone.
Yes.
Lift the permit freezes. There's 1,000 things you do. You could stop importing Russian oil right now and lift the embargo on Venezuelan oil. So you keep the price stable. Just do that. Even trade, keep it in the Western Hemisphere. Shouldn't do that. Let me give you a little example about how supply and demand works.
Oh, God.
Jen.
Here we go.
Okay, and this is from someone who's not an economist.
Yes.
All right?
Teach us.
If there's demand for energy, what is she going to do? Where's the green energy supply, Jen?
China.
Where is the green energy supply? Are you able to make the wind blow harder? Are you able to make the sun shine brighter?
You never know.
The supply is oil and gas. That's where the supply is.
Yeah.
You can't just wait. Okay, we can build more windmills. We can build more solar panels. It would take a decade or two. That takes a long time to do. But we can right now, we can drill and explore and flood that market with U.S. gas and oil. And that's what's going to make us little safer here in America.
Well, you need oil to get the solar panels and the windmills across from China to the United States. But, Judge, isn't the pain the point? Because they're trying to squeeze Americans at the pump so that they say, maybe alternative energy is actually not so bad.
Well, it definitely is the point. I mean, I'm one of those skeptics out there. But here's what happened. In 2021, when Biden came in, he's the one who made Russia the top source of gasoline and refined petroleum for the United States. Biden did that. Biden's the one who shut down the Keystone pipeline. Biden's the one who now is pushing us toward this green energy nonsense and it's not nonsense, a good thing. I hope it comes. It'll be great. But on the other hand, he's beholden to AOC and the left-wing Marxist progressives. Okay. And in the end, he wants us all in electric cars so that we can then be reliant on China and the lithium batteries. Don't you see? They push us toward these people.
Harold, your thoughts about the Biden administration being beholden to this climate change agenda, even at a time of crisis when it's not really working out?
So, look, I'm fascinated by the conversation. The richest man in the world is making electric cars and sending people to space, so he's on to something. We consume 20.5 million barrels a day of oil in the United States. They're 42 gallons in a barrel, which means we consume over 850 million gallons of gasoline in this country a day. Now, that number needs to come down. In the middle of a war posture here, we should think long and hard about reducing that if it's going to endanger us or, for that matter, risk our chances or jeopardize our chances of helping the Ukrainians win this effort here. I'm one that believes we can have a clean energy future and at the same time recognize that when we get on an airplane, you're not looking for wind or solar or battery there. You got to have a fossil fuel. So until we're able to do that, Democrats, Republicans alike have to understand that. But we have to figure out, I hope 10 years from today, we're not using 20.5 million barrels of oil a day as the United States. But while we are, I know that this war didn't start because we were importing oil from Russia. We've been doing that for a while. I hope we're able to wean ourselves off of it, but more importantly, have a cleaner future for all of us.